First one on our list is In Another World with My Smartphone. 15-year-old Tuya Mochizuki is accidentally killed by God. As an apology, God allows him to be resurrected, but since he cannot send him back to his old world, he instead reincarnates him into a fantasy world along with a single special request. Tuya uses his request in order to bring his smartphone into the new world with him, which God modifies. As such, while Tuya cannot contact his old world with it, the phone can be easily recharged by magic and can otherwise function such as accessing data from the old world, and can use relevant features for his new world, such as the GPS function to locations, which are comprehensively identified on it. God also greatly amplifies Tuya's physical, magical, and cognitive abilities to a certain degree as a further apology for the inconvenience of killing him. Next one on our list is the Master of Ragnarok and Blesser of Einherjar. Yuoto Suo is a 14-year-old second-year junior high student, who is knowledgeable about urban legends. One night, in his quest to discover if the urban legend of the local Tsukimiya shrine was true, he irreversibly discovered that the legend was not a sham. Forcibly separated from his childhood friend and love of his life, Mitsuki Shimoya, Yuoto appeared in another world with heavy similarities to Norse mythology. While doing research on the world, he discovered that the other world wasn't truly another world, but was an Earth in the distant past, specifically, 2000 to 1300 BC, the Late Bronze Age. In his quest for survival, Yuoto inadvertently rose to become the patriarch of the Wolf Clan, the family that had taken him in upon his summoning, by using the modern knowledge provided to him by his smartphone, that he had unwittingly brought with him to the other world. Next one on our list is Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. Ichiro Suzuki is a 29-year-old gaming programmer, who was tasked with fixing several bugs in 2 MMORPGs his company is preparing for publication. However, he becomes extremely worn out as he is working during the weekend. After taking a nap, he mysteriously wakes up in a parallel world that resembles some of the fantasy RPG worlds he had worked on. In desperation, he uses all 3 of his special Meteor Rain attack options, a quick fix he added to the game for new players which kills all enemies in the vicinity, at once and wipes them all out, accidentally killing a god as well. As a result, his level jumps from 1 to 310, maximizing his stats immensely and making him one of the most powerful people in the world. With no way to return to his world, and as a high-leveled adventurer armed with a myriad of different physical, cognitive, and magical abilities and weapons, he sets out to uncover the secrets of this new world. Next one on our list is Demon King Daimao. This story of love, magic, and battles revolves around Akoto Sai, a boy who aims to become part of his country's highest order of magicians, and contribute to society as one of its clergy. On the day he's admitted into the Constant Magical Academy, his aptitude test predicts the following: future occupation, Demon King. Thus begins his very severe and complicated school life, in which he is resented by his studious female class head, desired by a girl with mysterious powers, and guarded by a beautiful female android. Next one on our list is the Asterisk War. In the previous century, an unprecedented disaster known as the Inversia drastically reformed the world. The powers of existing nations declined significantly. Ayato Amagiri is a scholarship transfer student at the prestigious Dragonar Academy, which has recently been suffering from declining performances. Through a series of events, he accidentally sees the popular Witch of Resplendent Flames, Julius Alexia von Riesfeld, half-dressed. Enraged, Julius challenges him to a duel for intruding on her privacy. After said duel is voided by the student council president, Ayato reveals that he has no interest in Festus. Instead, he has enrolled in the academy to investigate the whereabouts of his missing elder sister. But when a more devious plot unravels, Ayato sets out to achieve victory, while being surrounded by some of the most talented Gene Stella on the planet. Next one on our list is Tenchi Muyo. War on Geminer. Kenshi Masaki is a 15-year-old boy that has unwillingly traveled from his home on Earth to the alternate world of Geminer. On Geminer, the countries wage wars using sacred mechanoids, humanoid exoskeletal weapons that were originally discovered within ancient ruins and developed over centuries. After being tricked by a mysterious organization into participating in an attempt to assassinate Lashara Earth, the young ruler of the Shreu Empire, he ends up captured after he chooses not to kill her. Lashura decides to take Kenshi under her protection. Disguised as her attendant, Kenshi travels with her and her bodyguard Cheoflan to the Holy Land, a virtually impregnable fortress that serves as an academy to train sacred mechanoid pilots, most of whom are female. With his kindness, tenacity, and skills that vary from carpentry and cooking to advanced survival techniques, Kenshi eventually becomes a celebrity in the academy. Next one on our list is Blade Dance of the Elementalists. On his way to Araishia Spirit Academy, Kamato Kazuhei runs into a naked Claire Rouge, a student who had been bathing as part of a purification ceremony. She had been preparing to form a contract with a powerful spirit in order to acquire more power as an elementalist. Her efforts are wasted, however, when Kamato ends up with the spirit despite the fact that only shrine maidens can become elementalists. After reaching the school grounds, Kamato escapes from Claire and meets Headmaster Greyworth Seal Maze, who invites him to enroll at the academy. Although his life at Araishia will be far from easy as the only male student among the shrine princesses in training, he begrudgingly accepts in exchange for information about his former contracted spirit, Rescha Ashdal. Adding on to that, he also must fulfill Greyworth's main request, to win in the Blade Dance, a battle festival occurring in 2 months. Next one on our list is Dragonar Academy. Learning to ride and tame dragons comes easy to most students at Angsar Ivan Dragonar Academy, except for first-year student Ash Blake, who is known by his fellow classmates as the #1 problem child. Poor Ash is the laughing stock at school because, despite his unfashionably large star-shaped brand that marks him as a future dragon master, he has nothing to show for it. His dragon has never appeared. Until now, that is. One fateful day, Ash's dragon awakes in full glory, but appears different than any dragon ever seen before in the form of a beautiful girl. What's worse, Ash soon discovers that this new dragon has attitude to spare, as she promptly informs him that she is the master, and he, the servant. Ash's problems with dragon riding have only just begun. Next one on our list is Absolute Duo. Individuals who can materialize weapons from their soul are called Blazers, and they attend Kuryo Academy High School in order to harness their abilities. Each student is required to partner with another, in the hopes that one day, the pair can attain the power of Absolute Duo. Torokoken hopes to attend this academy in order to gain power after his sister and friends were slain by a mysterious man. However, at the opening ceremony, he is forced to duel against the person sitting next to him, with the loser being expelled. As Toru prepares to give the match his all, it is not a weapon that manifests from his soul, but a shield, an irregularity which catches the attention of a foreign student named Julie Sigtuna. Next one on our list is Ari Furuta, from commonplace to world's strongest. The ordinary life of 17-year-old otaku Hajime Nagamo is disrupted, when he and his classmates are summoned to a fantasy world, and tasked with saving mankind. While his classmates are gifted with impressive abilities useful in combat, Hajime is belittled for only gaining an inferior transmutation skill that lacks any real offensive power. During an expedition in the Great Arcus Labyrinth, Hajime is betrayed by one of his classmates, plummeting him to the bottom of an abyss. Though he survives the fall, Hajime is faced with menacing monsters and misfortunes that send him spiraling into a grim nightmare. Desperate to live and return home one day, he resolves to fight for his survival, only to meet an imprisoned vampire he names Yu, who is also seeking to escape the labyrinth. Taking an interest in him, Yu and a few others along the way accompany Hajime on his journey to find a way back home, while steadily transforming from commonplace to the world's strongest.